Okay, so if you have any questions, you can just type the questions in the text box. Okay, so here are the answers. So let me do problem number one. Identify the digit in 38,657. Oh, here, wait 1 second. This got rid of my toolbars. Let me put in some toolbars here. Okay, so uh, identify the digit in 38,657 whose place value is 10,000. Can you zoom in? I can make it a little bit bigger. By the way, you can also zoom in uh, on your screen yourself where it says fit to screen. So there's an actual location on your part, where you can actually zoom so that you can see the whole screen. Did you do that? So it should be much bigger if you do that. Okay, so identify the digit in 38,657 whose place value is 10,000. So here's the 10,000s. And so the digit in this case is 3. And so D. Which of the following is the word name for, well, this will be 3,122. And so in this case, this would be, oops, uh, letter B. Let me do problem number, 3. Round 3,019 the nearest thousand. Okay, so I have here 3,019. The thousand is at the threes digit. I want to round to nearest thousand. The digit immediately. Oh, you couldn't find the zoom. Um, it's like in the upper left portion of the window that you're looking at, and it should say something like fit to screen. Do you see that? Let me see if I can go in as a student. Wait 1 second. Let me go in here as a student and let me look. See if I can. Watch recording. Join a class meeting. I'll join a class meeting. Math 110. Here it is. Passcode. What's the passcode? I'm sorry. What's the passcode? Rather than me looking it up. If you know it, say it. Otherwise, I guess I'll have to look it up. Okay, let me look it up then. Syllabus. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm having to look it up also. So I'm going to try to go in as a student and see what it is. Oh, here it is. Thank you very much. So let me go in here. So it's 834-277. Okay, so let me connect as a student and see what you see. I'll take a second. for me to connect. It's slowly connecting. Okay. Okay, wait 1 second. It's loading. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Okay, oh, there it is. Ah, okay, so there's a scale to fit. Do you see that? Yes, it should say there. If you look under, it says scale to fit. There's a you see where it says talk, video, and then like immediately to its right, it should say scale to fit. You can unclick that. And then there, it should be much larger. Okay? Yeah, so I'm looking at now when you click off of that scale to fit, uh, it, it, it becomes very, very large. Well, it becomes as large as what I see on my screen. Okay? Okay, then let me do this. So hopefully, I guess I'll go in as, I'll probably just quit this. Let me see if you've ever figured that out. Ah, got it. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll exit myself out of this. Okay, so let me do problem number 3. Oh, yeah, so I was in the middle of problem 3. Round 3019 to the nearest thousand. So the threes in the thousands place. The digit immediately to its right is a 0, which is less than five. Less than five. Therefore, I will round this. Oops, to 3,000. And so my answer is A. Let me do problem number 4. 389 plus 462. So let me add that. 9 plus 2 is 11, carry the 1. 9 plus 6 is 15, carry the 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. So 851. So D. Let me do problem number 5. 32 minus 27. Well, I have the 2 is smaller than 7, so I need to borrow 1. And so 12. Let's get a little bit better. 12 minus 7 is 5. 2 minus 2, well, it'd be 0. So therefore, A, 5. Let me do problem number 6. The difference of 5,587 and 526 is 7 minus 6, 1. 8 minus 2, 6. 5 minus 5, 0. 5 minus 0, 5. So 5,061. D. Let me do problem number 7. John wrote checks for $760, $1,457, $209. How much did he spend? Well, let's add these up. And so I get 16, carry the 1. 7 plus 5, 12, carry the 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14, carry the 1. 2. So $2,426. $426. None of the above. Yeah, I guess not. So let me just check. That's 8, 10, 14. Yeah. Okay. So none of the above. Let me do problem number 8. Compute 34 times 42. And so 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Drop down. So let me put here a 0 as a placeholder. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. And so I have 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. So 4, 1. So 1,428. B. Let me do problem number 9. And so a TV movie is interrupted 3 times each hour for commercials. So 3 interruptions. 3 interruptions per hour. 5 commercials were shown during each interruption. So 5 commercials per interruption. The movie started at 8 p.m. and ended at 11 p.m. So that's 3 hours. Let's see if I can. 3 hours. And so it says how many commercials were shown. And so you just multiply that together. 3 times 5 is 15, times 3 is 45. So there are 45 commercials. And so, oops, just made a little error there. Let me zoom back to where I was. There. And so there are 45 commercials. So D. I can probably move that over a little bit there. So there are 45 commercials. 10. Find the quotient and remainder for the following division. 87 divided by 20. And so 4 times 20. Maybe I should do it here. 87. 4 times 20 is 80. Subtract. So I get 7. So therefore the quotient is 4 and the remainder is 7. And so the answer is B. Let me do problem number 11. There are 20 blocks in a mile. Joy lives 60 blocks from school. How many miles does Joy live from school? So there are 60 blocks from school, and there are 20 blocks in a mile. 60 divided by 20 is 3. So therefore, she lives 3 miles from school. And so B. Let me do problem number 12. Find the opposite of 59. Opposite is negative 59. The negative of 59 is negative 59. The opposite of 59 is negative 59. The additive inverse of 59 is negative 59. Which of the following statements is true? Well, let's see. Is negative 5 larger than negative 8? Well, yes. Negative 5 is to the right of negative 8, so that's true. That's P. Q. Is negative 3 bigger than negative 2? Wow, that's false. Negative 3 is to the left of negative 2. And so only P is true. So A. So only P is true. Problem number 14. Which is larger? Well, let's see. Negative 3, 4, or negative 7. Well, in this case, the larger number is 4. B. Problem 15. The absolute value, yes. Do we need to draw? Again, actually, you don't need to draw because if your answer is correct, you only need to fill in the scantrons. And so if your answer is correct, then I accept anything that you've done. Now, if your answer is incorrect, then yes, I could give you partial credit for showing your work. But if your answer is correct, then no, you don't need to show any work. But I would show work just because it is possible that you could obtain partial credit. Okay? So, absolute value of the opposite of negative 9. Well, the opposite of negative 9 is a positive 9. And the absolute value of positive 9 is, well, positive 9. Okay, no problem. And so, A. If you have any questions, you can certainly ask during this. Find the sum. So let's do that. So maybe I guess what I'll do is I will add all the positives. So 45 plus 17, well, that's going to be 7 plus 5 is 12. Let's carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 62. Let's do the subtraction. Negative 23 minus 58. Actually, maybe I'm going to do it over here. So 45 plus 17 gives you 62. And the 23 plus 58 gives you 11, carry 1, 8. So minus 81. And so 62 minus 81, let's subtract that. So I have to borrow 1. 11 minus 2 is 9. 7 minus 6 is 1. 81 is larger than 62, so I take the sign of the larger, negative. So my answer is a negative 19. D. Let me do problem 17. One day in January, the temperature dropped steadily from positive 4 degrees to negative 4 degrees. What was the change in temperature? And so we started at 4 degrees. We went all the way to negative 4 degrees. So I want to figure out that distance. So I'll just subtract 4 minus the negative 4, which is the same as 4 plus 4, which is 8. And so it changed. Oh, wait. It dropped steadily. So the distance is 8, but it dropped 8 degrees. So therefore, it's a negative 8. So that's the change in temperature. Maybe I should have written it this way. Let me actually, since it went from 4, so let me do it this way. So since it went from positive 4 degrees to 8, then I can just subtract. So this is 4 minus, negative 4 minus 4 is a negative 8. So it's a negative 8 degrees. So it's dropped 8 degrees. Let me do problem 18, subtract. 42 minus a negative 30, the same as negative 42 plus 30. And so 42 minus 30 is 12. Negative 42 is larger than 30. And so the sign of the larger is negative. So my answer is a negative 12. 19. Decrease negative 10 by 4. And so I get a negative 14. B. Let me do problem number 20. Estimate 856, 3640, 1233, 220 by rounding to the nearest thousand. So 856 to the nearest thousand. Well, we have a 0 here in the thousands place. Let me put in red because it's not really there. So I have a 0 here. Well, if I round to the nearest thousand, the digit immediately to its right is an 8. And so I'll add 1 to the 0 to get 1,000. If I'm rounding to the nearest thousand, the digit immediately to its right is a 6, which is greater than or equal to 5. So I'll add 1 to the 3 to get 4. If I'm rounding to the nearest thousand, the digit immediately to the right of 1 is 2, which is less than 5. And so I just truncate. I get 1,000. And lastly, the digit immediately to the right of 0 is 2, which is less than 5. Therefore, I round this. I just truncate, so I round this to 0. And so let's add. Well, there's a whole bunch of zeros here. 1 plus 4 plus 1 is 6. So it's approximately 6,000. Question. That is correct, because it asks here to estimate the sum by rounding to the thousands. So you should round each to the thousand. Now that's much less accurate than if you had added up everything and then at the end rounded your answer to the nearest thousand. Okay? Which of the following statements is true? And so negative 100 times 3 is, well, negative times positive negative, 100 times 3 is 300. So that certainly looks true. Q, 0 times negative 10. 0 times anything is 0, so that's also true. So therefore, both P and Q are true. And so C, 22. Estimate the product for 72, 9503 by rounding each number to the, well, actually, maybe I'll write it this way. 472 and 9503 by rounding each to the largest place value. Well, the largest place value in this case is a 9. The digit immediately to its right is a 5, and so that's greater than or equal to 5, so I'll add 1 to the 9 to get 10,000. The largest place value is a 4. The digit immediately to its right is a 7. Therefore, I can't, since 7 is greater than or equal to 5, I will add 1 to the 4 to get 500. So let's multiply. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, zeros and a 5. I don't like that. Let's do that again. And that is your answer. So 5 million. Let me do problem number 23. Find the quotient. Well, negative divided by negative is positive. And let's do 153 divided by 9. Well, 1 is smaller than 9. 15 is greater than or equal to 9. So 15 divided by 9 is 1. Times 9 is 9. 15 minus 9 is 6. Drop down to 3. 63 divided by 9 is 7. And so I get 17. And it is a positive 17. So the answer is D. Let me do problem number 24. Estimate the quotient. You compare compare the actual quotient with the estimate. Yes. Could you scroll like that? Okay. Estimate the quotient. Okay, good. And so this is approximately, let's say 8,000. So 8,439 is about 4,000. And, well, 47 is around 40. And so drop the zeros. 800 divided by 4, well, that's 200. So my estimate is it's somewhere around 200. Let me actually divide this. And so 8439 divided by 47. And so let's see, 8 is smaller than 47. 84 is greater than 47. So let's do 1 times 47 is 47. 84 minus 47, 37. Drop down to 3. 373 divided by 47, 7. And so I get a 329. 373 minus 329, 44. Drop down to 9. 449 divided by 47, 9. 423. So let me subtract. 449 minus 423, 26. And so the actual result is 179 with remainder of 20. And maybe since they say with remainder, maybe I'll actually write it. So it's 179 with a remainder of 26. So let's see, 200 and 179 with a remainder of 26. So D. Oh, 50. That would give you an estimate too, but with division, so if you had that as a 50, then you should have gone up on the 8,000. So with divisions, uh, if you make one number bigger, then you should make the other number bigger also. So if you increase the numerator, you should increase the denominator, and vice versa. If you decrease the numerator, you should decrease the denominator. So if you pick the 50 here, then I would increase the 8,000, maybe to 9,000, maybe 10,000. Okay, so maybe actually you could say 9,000 divided by 50. It will give you a slightly different answer. Um, wouldn't be quite as easy, but yeah, only in case of division. In the case of multiplication, when you uh, make a round some factor up, you have to do the other one down. So they go in opposite directions. But division, they go in the same direction. Okay. Evaluate 2 to the 6th power. So 2 to the 6th, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2, 4, 6. Good. Two, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So the answer is B, 64. 26. Negative 5 cubed. Negative 5. Negative 5. Negative 5. So negative times negative is negative. 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5, 125. So the answer is B. Let me do problem number 27. Yeah, leave that. Let me do problem 27. Evaluate 1,329,090 divided by 10 cubed. Well, I have a 10 cubed, so I'm doing division by powers of 10. And so since I have a exponent of 3 here, then I'm going to just get rid of these last 3 digits. So the quotient should be 1324 with a remainder of, well, 090, or in this case 90. So that was my remainder. So the answer is A. Yes. Scroll down, please. Even, how's that? Or more so? So let me wait a second while you catch up to me. I guess I'm going a little bit too fast. So let me just wait. And then just sort of click on your, type something in the text box when you're done. So I know to scroll back down. Okay. Well, let me check if what you said is okay. No, I see. No, I see number 25 in the end. Okay, so let's see. Did you want me to? Okay, so I guess I'll ask you. Uh, do you want me to scroll back up even higher? Yes. Okay. Tell me when. I bet you that's a win. Oh, opposite direction. Oh, oh, oh. Like that? Yes. Oh, okay. Okay then. So how's that? Okay. Okay, so let me do problem number 28. So I want to evaluate this. So negative 3 times 4 plus 2 times 9 minus 3 times 2. So multiplication, addition, multiplication, parentheses, subtraction, multiplication. So let's do what's inside the parentheses first. There's only one parentheses actually. And so I have subtraction, multiplication. Let me do the multiplication first. Next, finish off doing what's inside the parentheses. So negative 3 times 4 plus 2 times, well, 9 minus 6 is 3. I have multiplication, addition, multiplication. So let's do the multiplications. Since there are two multiplications with the same priority, I go left to right. And so negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 plus 6. Oops, oops. Plus 2 times 3. Next, I have addition multiplication, so I do the multiplication next. Negative 12 plus 6 is a negative 6. And so your answer is A, a negative 6. Let me do problem 29. Another one of these. Order of operations. So 4 times 5 squared minus 2 times 3 squared plus 2. And so I have addition, exponentiation, subtraction, multiplication, exponentiation, addition. So I do the exponentiations first. Well, I have uh, a tie, and so I go from left to right. So 5 squared is 25. Again, I have multiplication, subtraction, multiplication, exponentiation, addition. So I do the exponentiation first. 4 times 25 minus, well, 3 squared is 9. I have multiplication, subtraction, multiplication, addition. I do the multiplication first. I have a tie, so I go left to right. 4 times 25 is 100. Next, subtraction, multiplication, addition. So I do the multiplication first. 2 times 9, 18. Next, I have subtraction addition. And so that's a tie. So I go left to right. 100 minus 18, 82, plus 2, 84. So my answer is D. Any questions about that? Let me do problem number 30. Simplify. Negative 5. So I have a negative, a subtraction, and a multiplication. I do multiplication first. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive. Um, Again, on the exam, as long as you get the correct answer, I don't care. But if you want partial credit, then yes, you should write all that out in that order. So that, well, it's important that you do it in that order so you get the correct answer. Negative 2 times negative 4, positive 8. Negative 5 plus 8 is positive 3. And so C. 31. Which of the following statements is true? And so let's do P. 4 minus 3, 5 minus 2. Well, 5 minus 2 is 3, times 3 is 9. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. Okay, so that's a true statement. Let's do Q. 4 minus 2, 5 minus 2. Well, 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 minus 6 is a negative 2. So no, that's not a true statement. That's not equal to 6. And so only P is true. And so A. 32. Evaluate. Negative 7 plus negative 6, negative 9 plus 6. Well, since it's in the parentheses, let's do that first. Negative 9 plus 6 is a negative 3. You can't see the upper side. How's that? Good. Okay. 6 minus a negative 2 is the same as 6 plus 2. And so I get negative 7 minus 3 is a negative 10. 6 plus 2 is 8. I can divide both 10 and 8 by 2. And so I get a negative 5 over 4. D. Let me do problem number 33. Convert to an algebraic expression if x stands for the unknown number 7 less than, so 7 less than 3 times a number. So 7 less than 3 times a number. So, oops, almost said the wrong one. So D. 34. Which of the statements is true? And so P. The variable part of 3x squared is, well, x squared. So that's false. Q. The coefficient of x squared is, well, if I look here, the coefficient of x squared is -6. So that's true, because if I look here at the coefficient, it is indeed equal to -6. And so I guess Q is the only true statement. And so B. 35. Convert to an algebraic expression and simplify if x stands for the unknown number. The sum of 3 times a number and 7 less than the number. So let's simplify this. And so I get 3x plus x minus 7. Well, the 3x and x are like terms, so we can add them. 3x plus 1x is 4x. X and the 7 are not like terms. The 4x and the 7 are not like terms, so I can't simplify this any further. So my answer is C. Do problem number 26. Evaluate for C equaling 12, 5c plus d over 5c minus d. So 5c is 12, d is 4, c is 12, d is 4. 5 times 12 is 60, plus 4. 5 times 12 is 60, minus 4. 60 plus 4 is 64. 60 minus 4 is 56. I can divide both the numerator and denominator by 8. And so I get 8 over 7. And so B. Let me do problem number 37. 3 new babies were born at General Hospital weighing 7 pounds, 8 pounds, and 9 pounds. What is the average weight of the 3 babies? So I'll just add them. 7 pounds plus 8 pounds plus 9 pounds. And since there are 3 of these, I'll just divide by 3. And so if I add this, I get 15 plus 9 is 24. Divided by 3 is 8. And so the average weight is 8 pounds. D. Your average score on 4 tests is 80. And so what score do you need to get on the 5th exam? I guess I'll call that X. So that your average will be 83. And so there are 4 exams, and the average is 80. What do you have to get on the 5th exam so that the average of those 5 exams is 83? 4 times 80 is 320. 5 times 83 is 415. Let me subtract 320 from both sides of my equation. And so I get that x is equal to 95. So you need a 95 on the 5th exam to go to increase your test scores from an average of 80 to an average of 83. Oh, why? Oh, because there are 5 exams. So you have an average of 80 for the 4 exams. You add the 5th exams. Now you want that for those 5 exams, the average is 83. So the 4 here is because they had 4 exams. The 80 is because the average was 80. The 5 here is because they had 5 exams. And the 83 is because there's an average of 83. Okay? Let me do problem number 39. Identify the solution. Well, I'll just subtract 10 from both sides of my equation. 16 minus 10 is 6. And so, B. Let me do problem number 40. Solve y minus 5 equals 32. Let me add 5 to both sides of my equation. So y equals 37. And so B. 41. Solve 21 equals 17 plus x. Subtract 17 from both sides of my equation. 21 minus 7 is 4. So x is equal to 4. Let me do problem number 42. So again, let's solve this equation. So 7x plus 7 equals 21. Subtract 7 from both sides of my equation. So 7x equals 14. Divide both sides of my equation by 7. So x equals 2. So A. Let me do problem 43. If Bob's income is doubled, so let I be his income, he will be making $504 a week. What is his present weekly income? Well, let's divide by 2. So I is equal to, well, his income. 504 divided by 2 is 252. So his current weekly income is $252. Let me do problem number 44. An airliner has 60 rows of seats. Okay, so there's these 60 rows. Each row has 2 seats on one side, 3 seats in the middle. So it has 2 seats, then 3 seats, and then 4 seats. How many seats in the 60 rows? So in one row, there are that many seats. In 60 rows, there'll be, well, 60 times that. And so 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9, times 60 is 540. So 540 seats. D. In 4 games, Scott scored a total of 120 points. What was the average points he scored in each of those 4 games? And so you're going to divide by 4. 120 divided by 4 is, well, 3. So 3.30, 120 divided by 4 is 30 points. And so D. Let me do problem number 46. Identify the following diagram. Well, it's a ray. Oops. It's a ray. Identify the type of angle. Well, it's bigger than 90 degrees, so it's a obtuse angle. 48. What type of triangle uh, is in the following figure? So in this case, two of the sides are equal. Therefore, it is a isosceles triangle. 49. Oh, wow. That's so 49. Find the area of the rectangle. Well, an area of a rectangle is length times width. And so this has a length and width of 3. So it has a length of 3 and a width of 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And so the area is 3 square meters. A. 50. Find the perimeter. Well, to find the perimeter, you just add 5. Maybe I should have written here meters, just so you can see why it's square meters, because m times m is m squared. So find the perimeter. Well, 5 meters plus 2 meters plus 3 meters is 10 meters. So A. Oh, and that's it. That's all 50 questions. Any questions? Oh, why 5 times 83? Now I didn't see that one. 5 times 83. 1 second. I missed that. And 38. Okay. Oh, here's number 38. Oh, I did answer that question. Why the 5 times 83? Yes, I did answer that question. So, your average on 4 exams is 80. What score do you need to get on this 5th exam so that your average for the 5 exams will be 83? And so 4 times the number of exams that you've taken, 4 times the average, gives you the total number of points you've scored. So how many more points do you need to score so that the total number of points you have scored is, well, on the 5 exams, give an average of 83. And so if you multiply the 5 exams that you will have taken by the average you want to have, 83, then that'll give you the total number of points that you need to make. Is that clear? I can only see half. Which half? Can you see it all now? Yes? No? Scroll, please. Now the question is which way? Like that? Yes. Now can you see it? Okay. A little more. Now can you see it? Yes. Okay, good. So your average on 4 exams is 80. So that gives you the total number of points on those 4 exams. How much more do you need on the 5th exam so that the average for those 5 exams is 83? So this is the total number of points that you need for those 5 exams. This is the total number of points you have for the 4 exams. So therefore, how much more do you need to get to the needed amount for the 5 exams? Okay. Any other questions? No other questions on anything? Okay. If there are no, and how long will? Oh, 25 questions. So the exam will be 25 questions long, and usually I give people the whole class period to take the exam. Usually, most people get done fairly quickly. Okay. Um, any other questions about anything? Okay. If there are no other questions about anything, then where to find Scantrons? You have to go to the student store. So if you go by the student store, you can find Scantrons. Just ask at the counter. So when you go to the counter, the student store, so on campus. So if you go to the student store on campus, bookstore, and so if you just go to the cashier at the bookstore, you can buy them. They're like $1 for a pack of, I believe, 6. Okay, and that will be more than enough for the whole semester. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. If there are no other questions, then I will remove you as a participant so that other people can view this. And I guess I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.